All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about the new versus the old Stans Injectors here. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're talking about the OG Stans Injector versus their new injector. So what are the injectors for? What are these for? These are for injecting tubeless sealant into your wheels. Essentially what it's for. Sometimes you can pop the bead off, you can dump sealant in directly into your tire. Other times it's kind of a pain in the butt. You don't want to do that. So you can inject it directly through your valve stem into the tire. And there you go. You're all set to go. A really simple way to do it. It's kind of how I've done it for a long time, especially with beads, especially when the bead of the tire doesn't necessarily like to seat. I like to make sure the tire can seat first. If it takes a little bit of effort to get the tire to seat onto the wheel, I'm just going to use an injector. 9 times out of 10, I'm just using an injector versus popping a little bit off, dumping sealant in, and popping back on. Especially with inserts nowadays. So much easier just to use an injector. So, I've been using injectors since Stans really came out. Tubeless really came out. I've had this guy for over 11 years. I've had this OG Stans, no tubes, the injector. Long time coming. Really, really easy kind of stuff. So, I've used this for a long time. This guy here, 2-ounce syringe. Essentially what you get, you have this end here, which this end has a cap. You unscrew that cap up here, and this guy, you then can thread onto a valve stem from there. Thread to a valve stem, you can sometimes push it on, but that's pretty much the basis of it right there. It does have a built-in valve core tool on the cap. Pretty simple. This is the OG guy. You can still find him around, but we're talking about this one versus the new one here. So, Sea Otter time came around and I saw their injector and I said, wow, that is a huge improvement over my current one. And so, what's new with the kind of nicer injector here? This is the Stans tubeless sealant injector. Pretty nice. First off, size-wise on this guy, it is it's quite a bit bigger. This guy has a 5-ounce capacity versus the 2-ounce capacity. Kind of fits the needs of bikes nowadays. Fitting that 4 ounces of sealant in there versus kind of just a little 2-ounce sealant guy here. So it really kind of fits the needs of what you need today for tubeless sealant. This guy works. You just have to inject, you just have to do it twice, potentially 3 times, depending on how much sealant you're putting in and how new the tire is. So he's got to do it a couple times on this versus this guy swallowed one shot, ready to go. Really nice kind of thing. Has a little plug here at the end. You can pop that guy off. There's some water in there from when I used it last. No big deal. That guy just plugs right into the end there. Just kind of make sure nothing falls out. Obviously, it worked pretty good because there was still water in there. So, pretty cool. So this guy does, you can still thread this on. This guy is separate, so you can thread this onto a valve if you need to. I found this guy actually works really well just to push it on. Just push it onto the valve, and it just stays there. Really kind of cool. Don't have to worry about threading it on. The nice thing with this one that you can't really see is there is actually a little valve in here that until you apply pressure from the syringe, this valve doesn't open. So unlike the old one that was kind of a free-flowing mess, once you filled it up, you were filled up and there was no like, oh, let me put it on now. No, you're going to spill sealant everywhere. Kind of a pain. You pretty much you thread this thing onto the valve first, then dump your sealant in and then syringe it in. Kind of how you got to do it with this guy. This guy, you can do whatever you want. You can fill this thing outside of the bike, and until you put pressure on the syringe, it's not injecting any sealant. Really kind of nice design there. I like that a lot. Of course, larger, like we said. Pull this guy out. Much larger plunger here. Another nice little feature that I didn't really notice in the first place was it has a little kick out right here on the side of the injector. And what that does is allows you to actually get your plunger started. It will get started up until right there. And up until that point, you are not putting pressure into the syringe. So you can get ready to inject sealant into your tires. You can get all the way to there, then push it onto your valve and finish pushing all the way in the rest of the way. There was still a little bit of sealant in there. Look at that. So really kind of cool design. I don't know what else to say about sealant injectors other than the new one is well worth your money. If you're still running the old one, just get the new one, man. The new one's nice. It also squeaks, in case you were curious. Pretty cool. It's also got a much smaller hose to it. you see the difference here. A much smaller hose to it. However, with that kind of 45-degree bend, you don't really need the long hose. It just goes right on, and you can kind of fit it wherever you need to. Versus this guy, you kind of had to like kink it in a little bit and use the longer hose. And yeah, it works. It works okay. The old one, if you find one and you still have one, and it kind of fits your needs, it works good. There's nothing like inherently wrong with it, especially for being kind of one of the first sealant injectors. Kind of hard to go wrong with that. The new one though, the new one is nice. And I'll say I bought this new one because I was tired of my old one here. So the new one is nice. If you have a chance and you want to pick up an injector, the new Stans Injector is the one I would go for. Really kind of nice, really great design to it. They said all you got to do after every use, you rinse it out with water, you plunge it all the way out, kind of clean it out that way, and then you just throw the plug in with it still being a little wet, and you just throw it in your toolbox. And that's all you got to do. Now keep it working nice and good. Keep the seals, the plunger seal, nice and ready to go. That's all you got to do with it. Really nice. So, if you guys are interested in checking out the Stans tubeless injector, the new one, I will have a link in my description down below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Works really well. Injects plenty of sealant. It moves through that quantity really quick, which is really nice, having it all in one place. So, if you guys are interested, link in the description down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, or maybe you like seeing the new big injector versus the little tiny injector, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.